Jameel out of Canada. Jameel, welcome to the show. You're on the air.
Amazing.
Hey,
First of
Jameel.
all, happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Are you a father?
I'm a father.
Happy Father's Day to you too.
I appreciate it. I hope to do better by listening to you.
Right on.
One of the things that I wanted to say real quick. First of all, with the thing with the basketball player, the white girl,
Yes.
and the black girl,
Caitlin Jenner.
One of the worst things that ever
what's
happened.
Her name?
Yes, Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark. Yes.
Yeah.
One of the worst things that ever happened to me. I grew up playing sports. My brother grew up playing sports. We're both black. Canadian black, amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I remember there was a white gentleman. His son would pick me up every morning to go practice with his son. Long story short, his son got very close to making it. I did not. And when I look back on it, I realized my parents, they created a rift between me because the other gentlemen, they were white. And he was willing to pick me up to train with his son, and my father was not. And they said, "Oh, you just there to collect the baseballs for my, you're making our son collect the baseballs for your son."
Wow.
And I said, and I never understood when I was young, but as I got older, I started realizing a pattern. Even in the school, I started realizing a pattern in school as I got older. And I realized that they had this issue with people, but they were using us to take it out on everybody.
Absolutely, man.
Without question. And my father, God bless his soul, he's sick. I don't want to talk bad about him. I called him and I forgave him. And it's funny because you always say, I woke up this morning, you say, don't say it twice. Like you forgive, you say you're sorry, you let it go.
Yes.
And with my mother, I said it to her once, I said it to her twice, and then it hit me. I said, why am I saying this twice? Why do I feel like I have to say it twice? And it hit me because I compare it to painting a wall. When it's crazy if you talk to a wall. It's like you're talking to a wall is the same. But when you're painting a wall, you need two coats. When you're forgiving your mother, you need two coats. That's how they make you feel. That's how they make you feel. Like you need the primer and the coat of paint. You need two for them. Because as soon as I start talking to this lady, everything you said came to pass. It was amazing to watch it happen. She's in competition with me.
Yeah.
It is intense to watch my mother. And what's crazy is, as a man, I'm going to say this. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not saying it's wrong. But I'm going to say this. I'm not going to curse. Nothing like that. When anybody wants to compete with a man, you have to understand that a man's instinct is to dominate because it's like I grew up playing sports. It's like, you're going to compete with me? So a woman, when she wants to compete with you, she thinks that she wants to. My mother was an abusive woman. She came to me and she said that she wanted to talk to you. The other day I went to apologize. I said, "Mother, I'm sorry." And she said, this is what she said to me. She said, "I don't know what pastor you're talking to, but I would like to talk to him. He's going to believe whatever I have to say." I was like, "For real?" But it was so funny to hear because I realized she's in competition. Why? Because she wants to prove to people that she's smarter than me.
Yeah.
But there is no smarter than me. I've moved on from you. She called me this morning, and she said she got baptized. Here's the thing. I got baptized like maybe a month and a half ago. I told her literally last week. And immediately she got baptized. This is the competition. This is a black woman. When people talk about sports and black people, I bring it back to Caitlin. A lot of people don't realize, first of all, white people have high levels of respect for you as a black individual playing sports. They recognize certain things about they give you an automatic level of respect, and they believe that you have integrity. It's up to you as a black individual to redact that, to force them to take that away from you, that respect. And one of the things that happens is when they go and they start abusing these white people on the court or on the field or on the soccer field, these white people are going to look at you and say, "I gave you an opportunity. I respected you. You showed me your play. I'm taking that back. No more free chances for you anymore.
Right on.
When that gentleman came and he was taking me to go train with his son, these were millionaires when I was a little boy. I had an opportunity by God to be surrounded by the right people. And because my mother wanted to be a strong woman, she wanted to follow the devil. She went and said, "You making him collect the balls for him. He's going to do it for me too." You have to earn your place here in this world. You can't just think you're going to go and people are going to give you. And I think that white people really do give, not just white people, in my opinion, I think that a lot of people give black people respect that they don't deserve off the bat.
They do, absolutely.
Off the bat. Like, you can walk into it, and, people will say they're staring at me when I walk into a store. No. You in charge when you walk into the store. If they recognize you, you have an opportunity to do the right or do the wrong and change their perspective. If they even looking at you wrong to begin with, you don't even know yet.
That's
you
right.
You don't even know yet.
Yeah.
You don't have a clue. So when the devil starts talking, and you taught me this, and I wanted to ask you this question because it's very interesting. Whenever I go into the silent prayer, I realize something happens to me, and I wanted to ask you a question. Do you believe in spiritual attacks?
Absolutely.
Whenever I go into the silent prayer, and even when I was doing my hooping and hollering, I'll be honest with you, I saw a difference. However, I do believe that the hooping and hollering is more for me than it is for God. I do believe that without question.
Yeah.
But when I go into the silent prayer, I realize my mother calls me every time right after. I did it this morning. She called me, told me she got baptized. A couple of weeks ago, I did it. She called me. And I noticed, I don't know if you believe in this or not, but the spiritual attacks, I started to drink immediately after she called me. The first time. Yeah, and then I realized, and I started to shake and convulse. And as hard as it is to believe, that's why I'm asking you, because I know that people will call and they already, like the hypnotist. I remember you interviewed a hypnotist pastor one time, and they're convincing people of things, and you don't know if it's true or not. Sometimes you don't even know if what you're thinking is real. The devil is there. You're confused.
Did you say I used to be a hypnotist pastor?
No. I said you interviewed a hypnotist.
Oh, yeah.
Years ago, and I watched it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying people's confusion. My point of bringing that up is people's confusion levels are so high.
Yeah.
And you're dealing with the agent of chaos in Satan himself that you really don't know what. Like, you sitting there like, this thought don't make no sense. I know it don't, but what if I listen to this thought? I don't listen to it, and it goes against me. So when I see these spiritual attacks happen, and I notice that the devil is like, nah, like it's not it's just you want to drink. And I'm like, no, I don't. And I'm not even an alcoholic. I don't at all. I literally, before I went to get baptized, I fasted 30 days. I'm not saying that everybody should do that I had a reason to do it. It's just something that I just did. I don't know why I did it. I believe it was God, the voiceless voice. Just don't do this. And it was a blessing to me.
Right on.
Because I think what it did.
I'm right on time here. Did you have a question for me or anything?
Yes, I have a question for you. When it comes to spiritual attacks and it comes to the silent prayer, how do you overcome spiritual attacks on the silent prayer? And how do you know when you're being spiritually attacked? And how do you deal with that with the silent prayer? When
you are attacked, all you need to do is watch it. Just see it, the thoughts and the feelings or whatever. All you do is watch it. Keep your eyes on it, but don't argue with it. Don't call it good or bad. Don't look for another thought or anything to escape it. All you need to do is to watch it. That's all you need to do, and it will be taken care of, destroyed by the Spirit of the Father, the Spirit of God, the Spirit of truth will destroy the darkness. You don't have to do anything about it at all. Just watch it.
And how does a man, not just, and specifically men, how do they deal with competitive women and in specifically mother and wives and girlfriends?
By not arguing with them at all. Speak up. If your mother is out of control, you correct her and tell her that if she doesn't stop, you're not going to communicate with her anymore. You're not going to play that evil game with her. Just be straight up honest And if she doesn't change, stop dealing with her. You don't have to deal with her. You don't owe her anything.
I understand. It's hard for me because there are certain things that I have to deal with her with, like financially even. But because of you, I have moved out, and you're a blessing to me in my life.
Well,
You're a blessing to me in my life.
If you do have to deal with her, don't argue with her. Don't try to prove anything with her. Just take care of the business you need to take care of and move on.
I will do that. God bless you.
You too, buddy.
God bless you.
Thank you.
All right.
Amazing.
All right.